Everything changed as ATV Motocross blasted through the mud at our last round at Unadilla when title contender Joel Hetrick went over the bars. That left Chad Wienen cruising out front to retake the series points lead, while Hetrick would have to fight his way through traffic in the mud from the back. And the conditions were tough on all riders, but the likes of Wesley Wolf, Brandon Hogue, and more could fight for podiums while Wienen checked out front to retake the series lead. Hetrick and Wienen battled for the start in a much sunnier Moto 2, but the Unadilla track was still claiming victims. On this day, there were no answers, as Wienen pulled away to win Moto 2, winning in both the wet and the dry, avoiding the pitfalls of the likes of Nick Janusa and Hogue. Wesley Wolf, Jeff Rastrelli, and Bryce Ford battled for the other podium spots, while Wienen took a 1-1. And suddenly the face of this championship has changed. It's up to Joel Hetrick to bounce back today at RedBud. RedBud! ATV National Motocross Championship sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing rolling here right on the Michigan and Indiana state line. Jason Wygant to give you the call here for MAV TV. And you know RedBud if you know motocross. Riders around the world claim this as their favorite track. You have a huge spectator count here as well to watch the action as the best ATV motocross pilots are ready to do battle. And it's been a nice mix this year of young riders moving into the class, battling it out with veterans. The podium battles have been crazy, and at the top of the championship, as always, you've got the likes of Chad Wienen battling Joel Hetrick, swapping the points lead back and forth at every round. There's Wesley Wolf, works a full-time job, races both Grand National Cross Country and here in motocross. He's been a podium contender. Brandon Hogue in the 26. The Ford brothers, there's Max Lindquist on the number 2, Nick Janusa, the 15. So many riders fighting for podiums in this series. But it's the veteran Jeffrey Rastrelli who got on the box the last time out. Let's check in with the number 28.
Hey guys, Jeffrey Rastrelli here, RedBud MX, coming off the podium last round. Really good feeling. Was a little under the weather the whole day. Didn't really tell anybody, but ended up getting on the podium still and just fought through that day. So really confident coming in here. Been riding down south in Florida at my house and just really confident in this sand and really confident in my training and just overall fitness right now. Just really looking forward to going out there and doing well for the team and well for me, and we're tied for third right now. So just got to really grit our teeth and do well tomorrow. It's going to be a good day for sure.
Rastrelli was third at our last race at Unadilla. Bryce Ford got second. He has maybe been the closest on speed to challenging Hetrick and Wienen for wins. Here's the number 4.
Just super excited. The last 2 races I've gotten 2 podiums in a row and a career best at Unadilla. I got second overall, so I'm super excited to carry the momentum into RedBud, which is a sand track, and I've been practicing sand, so it's looking really good. Hopefully we can keep the podium streak going with anywhere on the box, maybe even a first. That would be great. Go into the next race and keep it up and just keep the podium streak alive.
And a bunch of podiums could result in a race win at some point if he does keep that streak alive. We'll put the riders out on this famous RedBud track next with practice and qualifying, and we'll also talk to our championship contenders. Stay with us. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC and by CST Tires. Chad Wienen back in the points lead in pursuit of his 8th championship in the ATV National Motocross Series. Let's talk to him.
Got the red plate back from last round. Had a really good round, and coming here to RedBud, I just feel like we gotta keep the throttle on and keep going and keep pushing. Focus on those starts and this track roughening up. I could use my legs a little bit and just flow. Just gonna embrace all the good moments and just try to do the best I can and have fun. And let's go, RedBud.
Well, everybody loves RedBud. Wienen from Illinois. This is a bit of a home track for him. Not as close as Sunset Ridge that we had a couple of rounds ago where he won, but certainly he will be comfortable here. And you're going to see why the riders love this track. It has a little bit of everything. Great soil, hard in some spots, but then they rip it up deep and throw down sand in others. That makes it very, very rough. You've got these sand rollers, some huge jumps, and just enough elevation changes. And watch Bryce Ford through the sand rollers. What's strange is you come to this area of the country right in the center of the USA and it's dead flat, but for some reason this track does have elevation change and they make the most of it to build some huge obstacles. There's Max Lindquist throwing down. Nick Janusa doing the same to the number 15. Wesley Wolf, who's had a great season, I'd argue the best season he's ever had in the Motocross Championship this year. And there's Rastrelli, who, as we mentioned, he has been on the podium, so he knows what he's doing this season. Cody Ford just went by. This is Logan Stanfield. It's the number 5 and the number 55. Stanfield throwing it sideways. All red on the all yellow machine. Getting help from Thomas Brown, retired former race winner in this series. Brown will be on hand to help him today. Net Kianek there, that's the rider out of Poland, been opening some eyes this year. And Marshall Smith at 724, just want to give a shout out. He's on the old Suzuki LTR 450, one of the best machines to ever compete in this series. Hedrick on top when the qualifying times were recorded. So Hedrick back in his usual spot on top of the qualifying times. The 88 has the speed. Can he get it done in the motos? We'll find out after this. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC and by CST Tires. Ready to go racing here at RedBud. Jason Wygant to give you the call. It's the ATV National Motocross Series pivotal round. Joel Hedrick trying to claw some points back that he lost at our last event to Chad Wienen, who now has the series points lead. Here we go. Hard right-hand turn here. Hedrick controlling it from the inside, and he's got the Phoenix Racing Yamaha to the number 1 spot. Michael Allred in the number 8 right there. Rastrelli has got the Rocky Mountain ATVMC camera, is 4th. And I believe Chad Wienen in the number 2 spot. So we've got the title contenders we want to see battle ready to do it. And let's see if anyone can keep pace with them. Rastrelli's moved to 3rd. You get a nice view of that battle up front. Wienen already diving to the inside, looking for running room to make a pass on Hedrick. It's what we call the Monza turn. And then we head to this tabletop, and Hedrick looks over, and now he knows it's Wienen providing the challenge as we get to the sand rollers. And look at this. Normally this is a strength of Wienen, but here on lap 1, Hedrick really got it dialed in and pulled away through those sand whoops, and Rastrelli actually closed on Wienen. So Wienen going to have to look at the line choice and maybe the jumping rhythm that he was using through that section. You know he's going to pick up the game. Around the outside, we're on board with Brandon Hogue. Is that Wesley Wolf making the move? He's on the left. Yeah, that's Wolf. Good job by Wolf to run the high line, make the pass. And that's been the story this year. Hedrick versus Wienen, and then hellacious battles about 3rd through 6th or 7th every week. And right now we've got it. Hogue and Wesley Wolf duking it out behind Rastrelli. Oh, Hedrick almost stepped it over the berm on that Yamaha. That would have been a disaster. Back here with this Hogue and Wolf battle, you got Allred with a good start right in front of them. I think that's Bryce Ford who actually snuck into the number 4 spot as we watch the technique through the sand, and Wienen has picked it up. And he's always good through those rollers, except for the first lap of this race. Goes about 6'4", so he can really leverage the machine through that section. And Wienen starting to find his pace now, but Hedrick pulled away pretty quick on those first 2 laps. So Wienen has some work to do. Hogue still battling. I think he just got Allred there. Over the finish line jump. Look at Hedrick just throwing down. And you know he's got vengeance on the mind. This is the way this series has played out far too often for him. Has the speed, wins races, but a mistake here or there, or some bad luck, handing over a chunk of points to Wienen. Allred just flipped it in that corner. Not a violent crash as far as injury. Yeah, everybody's okay. He holds up Janusa. But he's not hurt. He's got to be bummed, though. Had that great start and threw it away now. Look at Wienen starting to close on Hedrick. And Janusa's got work to do after being held up by Allred. He's got to come through traffic. That was the 101 of Jimenez right in front of him. They're battling for top 10. We got a race on our hands. Wienen has caught Hedrick. So it is on here. Here's Janusa looking to make the pass. And that's how it's done. So let's see if Hetrick can respond. He had the sprint laps pulled away. Clearly, Wienen has put something together. We're on board with the Rocky Mountain ATVMX camera with Janusa. It's the middle of that roller section where Hetrick still has something figured out. He's able to edge back away from Wienen. Oh, look at that. Wesley Wolf off to the side of the track here with Larocco's leap. He is pulled off the course, must be having problems with his machine. No problems for Hetrick. He is pulled back away. Tough break for Wolf. He's aiming for a podium today. See if he can get it back for Moto 2 as Hetrick continues to roll. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC and by CST Tires. Joe Hetrick on the 88. Now that's a Yamaha. Phoenix Racing has been at this for a long time, primarily a Honda team, and he's still under pressure from Chad Wienen. That's for the lead here at RedBud. Been fun to watch Nick Janusa come through the pack after he got held up when Michael Allred flipped his machine earlier. Different sections of the track, lap to lap. Sometimes Wienen closes, sometimes Hetrick pulls away. So fun to watch these two duke it out. They have been by far the dominant force in this series, going back probably the last half dozen years. It's not one, it's the other, winning the races. Jeffrey Rastrelli is all alone in third. There's a mistake from Hetrick. There's a mistake. Wienen gets the drive and takes the lead. Huge moment right here. You don't often see someone able to track Hetrick down and certainly not pass him for the lead. So Wienen on his game today. We know the rollers are normally a strong point for him. Hetrick, I think, had it answered, but the mistake cost him as Janusa continues to go to work. Is there anything Hetrick can do about this? Wienen has a nice gap. I don't know if Hetrick has an answer. On board with Bryce Ford. He would like to get Rastrelli to take that third place position. Pretty big gap between first and second and in this battle as Ford is catching Rastrelli. 2 to go in Moto 1. We'll be right back for Moto 2. Here is that battle. Look at this. Ford has really found his groove late in this race. Or fatigue is setting in. It always sets in to some degree, but Ford looking strong down the stretch, catching Rastrelli. So now 2 to go for them. Lap and a half to go for Wienen, and I think he's got this one. So the Wienen Motorsports Yamaha, man, what a performance. Like I said, you do not often see anybody catch and pass Joel Hetrick. And as capable as Wienen is, 7 championships in this series, even he has to be happy. We haven't seen that happen often, where Wienen is able to just straight up catch, pass, and get away from Hetrick. Clearly this track working for him, and Hetrick's going to tuck it away here in Moto 2, or tuck it away and wait for Moto 2 to try to strike back. Back to this third place battle. Ford continues to close as the white flag is coming out. The battle to watch here is for this podium spot with Ford and Rastrelli. Now they get the white flag. It gives you an idea of the gap of how fast Wienen and Hetrick are going today. Ooh, Wienen almost got high centered in those ruts. And he is, barring a disaster, going to take a big moto victory. First year on the Yamaha for Hetrick. So you wonder this year if they're just still learning the machine. All of the championships and race wins for Wienen here in this last run of about a decade have been on the Yamaha. So he definitely has the machine dialed. This battle for the podium is going to go down to the wire. Ford's looking for running room. He wants to make the pass. Can he get a drive out of the corner? We'll check back in with him in a moment. Chad Wienen about to celebrate yet another moto win, and this was big here at RedBud. Hetrick will take second. Rastrelli did hold on for third. And he and the rest of the field will reset here for this second moto. There is Thomas Brown, very popular, now retired rider out of Texas, prepping the gate for Allred. Allred's been getting starts. Here we go. Brandon Hogue with our onboard. Hetrick and Wienen, who's going to break late into that corner, and Hetrick held it, and Allred's going to nail the start. Tell you what, the gate prep by Brown. Oh, what is this? Rastrelli and Ford, they were battling for the podium in Moto 1, and they're stuck in the back of the pack together here in Moto 2. So that changes things up completely. Might put Brandon Hogue in position for a podium today because Rastrelli and Ford are still stuck. Back to the leaders. So that was a close situation down there in turn 1, and Hetrick was just able to shut off Wienen, and Wienen immediately tries to get the lead, and he does. Man, he has the sand rollers dialed. That first lap of the first moto was tough, and after that he has been aces through there, and once again he's wrestled the lead from Hetrick. Max Lindquist, he's going fast here, putting pressure on Hetrick for the number 2 spot. Podium is wide open now that Rastrelli and Ford found themselves tangled in turn 1. Here's the ski jump downhill. And look at Lindquist going with the leaders. Lindquist, one of the youngest riders out here, comes in with a ton of hype and accolades through the Pro-Am ranks. And we'll see if he can take it to them. He is keeping pace with Hetrick for sure. Wolf back here in 4th. He's no slouch either. This is Hogue. You saw him get pinched off at the start, but at least he didn't get tangled. Made a quick pass there. There's Lindquist in the number 3 position. This is Janusa battling out with Allred, and that's the other Ford, the number 5. He didn't get tangled in the first turn. Cody Ford, and he's got a shot at the Moto podium as well, depending on how this shakes out. Here's Janusa. Has he had to do some work today or what? Often coming through traffic. Wienen continues to roll, just stretching it every time. And this track is so rough today. A lot of the riders commenting, just dug up a little deeper than usual. That leads to bigger ruts, bigger holes, braking bumps, acceleration bumps. That clearly is working for Wienen. 36 years old and still getting it done, and there's some history on the line. Championship beginning to come into focus for Wienen. If he gets it this year, it will be 8, and it will tie the GOAT of ATV motocross racing, Gary Denton, who won 8 titles, and that's the all-time record. Now, Denton did 8 straight, but Wienen could tie 8 if he gets it this year. Here we go through the sand rollers. Lots of riders liking that section, but no one more than Chad Wienen. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC and by CST Tires. Crazy start to this moto. It looked like Chad Wienen and Joel Hetrick were about to tangle in turn 1. They narrowly avoided disaster. Hetrick emerged with a hole shot. Wienen made a quick pass and has pulled away from there. Getting the short end of the stick in turn 1, Jeffrey Rastrelli and Bryce Ford. That has opened the podium positions up for several riders as you see Rastrelli trying to work his way back here with the Rocky Mountain ATVMC camera, and he just pulled off the track. So Rastrelli, he's done. He must have a mechanical and he's upset about it, understandably. Man, he was working hard through the traffic, and it's over for Rastrelli, so forget the podium for him overall after finishing 3rd in Moto 1. Now we currently have Max Lindquist here in 3rd, and he could be in line for the overall podium. Wesley Wolf is in 4th. Wolf had the mechanical problems in the first moto, but he has recovered nicely here for the 4th place position in Moto number 2. But that's going to scratch him from podium contention with the DNF earlier, so I think Lindquist is looking good for the podium today. There's Rastrelli getting towed off. It's a funny story. 1 lap to go here. Chad Wienen has talked about the fact that Max Lindquist, when he was a young rider in the youth ranks, used to help coach and train him, and now they might share the podium together. And they also joke Lindquist is half of Chad Wienen's age. And they're looking to both be on the box today. Huge clump of roost coming up on Janusa. He is 6th, trying to overhaul Brandon Hogue. Checkered flag coming out. What a performance He got the 1-1 at Unadilla, but I got a feel that this one is even more impressive because he had to pass Hetrick to do it. Chad Wienen stamping his claim to what could be an 8th title this year as he stretches his points lead and goes 1-1 at RedBud. Lindquist will be on the podium. Let's talk to our top 3. He's happy. Hetrick 2nd overall at solid points today, but you know he wanted the victory. Let's talk to our top riders.
Super stoked. This was a dream come true. So fun to finally get up here. Just the whole family and everything being here close to home. Like, it means so much. And with how the day started, just really didn't think it was going to happen, and put my head down and got a good start and just tried to keep pace and did it as long as I could, and it all just fell into place, and I can't be more happy for this moment.
Bike was working pretty good. I was happy with it. I was happy with myself, my riding. Just got some stuff I need to work on. Just think I need to get a little better, and that's what we're gonna, make strides for, get better and make the bike better as we go. And that's all we can do right now. We're in a tough spot for the championship, but we're just having fun, and the pressure's gone. Just go out there and race each race and have fun doing it.
Came out second out of both starts and passing the lead. That battle on that first moto Joel and I had, it was pretty epic, and just a chess match, and I made the move late, and man, I just knew that second moto was either I had to make that pass really stick really quick, and we did. We were able to run the laps that we wanted to all race, and just pumped for my support group and everybody behind us, and great 1-1 day here at RedBud. Thank you.
And we'll review that day with our CST Tires race recap. Hetrick to the lead early in Moto 1, pulled away the first couple of laps. Good battles back here with Wolf, Rastrelli, Ford, you name it. Michael Allred goes over the bars. That holds up Nick Janusa. Luckily, Allred was okay, and there's the key pass. Wienen would reel in Hetrick, make the move. Wesley Wolf's engine let go. And a big Moto win over Hetrick for Wienen, but bounce back in Moto 2 for Hetrick, who'd grab the whole shot. There's Rastrelli and Ford getting stuck in the first turn. So that opened the door for Max Lindquist for a podium, and here's a pass again, lap 1. This time, Wienen to the lead, and he knew what to do with it from there. Rastrelli, after getting tangled in turn 1, then he runs into engine problems, and his moto was over, and that allows Max Lindquist to grab his first career podium in the pro class. And look at the points. Over 20 now, the gap between Wienen and Hetrick. Series rolls on. Only 2 to go. We'll be at Loretta Lynn's next. For everyone at Racer TV, I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching.
Congratulations.